Of course, now we have an internet connection in the car. What this enables us to do is to take advantage of many more features and applications whilst you're travelling. One of those applications we can use is something called TuneIn Radio. TuneIn Radio offers you the choice of tens of thousands of radio channels from across the globe, so you have plenty of choice. But what I want to do now is show you just how easy it is to access TuneIn Radio whilst on the move. First of all, to get there, as you can see on the screen, we are still in the telephone mode, so we need to push the radio button on the centre stack. To access the internet radio, all you simply do is push the radio button again and use the scroll wheel to go down to the internet radio option. Here you will see we are now starting to connect to the TuneIn Radio itself. Now, depending upon how strong your internet signal is, depending on where you are, of course, or whether you're using your mobile phone or the car modem, will depend on how quickly it connects to the TuneIn Radio app. What you will also see when you go into this for the first time is that it will take a little bit of time to buffer the music to come through. But we are not talking about minutes or hours here, we are talking about seconds. That is how quick this car is. So as you can see now, we have our internet connection enabled and we're now straight into the TuneIn Radio app. So the music has buffered and now you have the choice, like I say, of tens of thousands of radio channels. The one thing I would advise you though is to get the best use out of the TuneIn Radio, you ideally need a TuneIn login account. That will then enable you to choose your own personal favourites rather than trying to go through tens of thousands of radio stations every time you get in the car. But I'll cover that off slightly later on. One of the great things with the TuneIn is that actually it's really easy to browse. Let me show you how. Just push the centre scroll wheel and then you go into the browse section. Click on the browse section and then what will happen is you can then choose a number of different options. You can have local radio, what music is trending at that particular time. What I'm going to choose though is music. And then for me, and a personal favourite of mine, is I'm going to choose the 1980s. Click on the 1980s and then you will get a list of radio stations that come up that all offer 1980s music. So you can then select whichever one you want by using the scroll wheel, and let's choose, for example, 0.977. Click on that, the music will then buffer and then you'll be able to listen to your favourite radio station from any particular era that you wish to. We also have the ability with TuneIn to show you the cover art, as you can see on the screen here. Now, if you're like me and you actually really like this radio station, then what you are able to do is add it as a favourite. The real simple way to do this is push on the centre scroll wheel and then add to favourites, which is just here. Click again, and now that radio station will be added to your favourites list. Now, as we've been listening to this radio station for quite some time now, what I'd like to do is just very quickly show you a really easy way in which to set this radio station as a preset. All you have to do is simply hold a particular number on the centre stack. So for this one I'm going to choose number 5. Hold it down and what it will do is will select this radio station, as you will see on the screen in a second, as preset number 5. That way you know now that this is set as preset number 5 every time you go into your TuneIn Radio. Now, as I mentioned to you earlier, one of the best ways to get the full functionality of your TuneIn system is to open a TuneIn account. Now, this will enable you to actually choose your favourites, choose your genre of music that you wish to listen to from the comfort of your own home. What I want to do though is show you how easy it is to access your own TuneIn account information whilst you're in the car. Simply, you use the scroll wheel and basically you go all the way down to the bottom, as you can see on the screen here, all the way down to settings. And then you choose the TuneIn account setting, and as you will see here, you put in your username and password and then log in. To open a TuneIn account, all you have to do is actually dial into the www.tunein.com. It is as simple as that.